Welcome back to Ravens today. Don't have good news for you, Flock. I mean, if you haven't already heard it already, but I'm going to give it to you. My name's Connor Gioffreda. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel, like the videos. Let's dive into it, okay? So, Harbaugh commented on Matabike's status. He will not play Sunday, and it doesn't look good. It is just as we feared. He said he can't green light on what exactly is going on. He hasn't been given the green light by the front office, so he can't comment any further. But it looks like it's going to be long term. This says to me that Matabike is probably going to be out for the season. Even worse, career ender. Whatever he's got going on in his neck, it's pretty bad. I mean, I'm hoping it's only a season ender for him, but it this doesn't look good. Like, we need to figure this out. And prayers up to Matabike, man. I hope that it isn't the worst. I just hope that we're able to see him put on the Ravens uniform again at some point. But this is a huge blow to the Ravens interior defensive line, which, speaking of which, none of the interior defensive line practiced today. And it's just one thing after another for this defense. I mean, Patrick Ricard wasn't at practice still. Ronnie Stanley wasn't at practice. KVN wasn't. Broderick Washington and Travis Jones. So all the starters of the interior defensive line were not playing. Ronnie Stanley probably had a vet day. Patrick Ricard's still out. Calvin Noy's still out. So our pass rush is decimated. And we're going up against the Chiefs. We're going up against Patrick Mahomes. It doesn't look good. We got to figure it out. I mean, like, there's just what else can we do? But I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer of some sort, but I'm being realistic here. Is that our interior defensive line being this hurt raises some eyebrows, and especially going into this game on Sunday, we need to. There needs to be some answers to the questions we've got. Like, what are we going to do? Who can we, close the floodgates at least slightly, so that way, we can get some pressure on quarterbacks. And because right now this looks pretty bad. I mean, something's got to happen, and it's got to, again, like I said earlier or in the previous video, something's got to happen, and it's got to happen fast. But moving on. So, new signing for the Ravens today. Ravens are signing veteran defensive tackle Taven Bryan to the practice squad. He was a former first-round pick for the Jaguars back in 2018. He has started 46 games over 7 seasons in the NFL, and he spent the last 2 years with the Indianapolis Colts. Over his career, he has accumulated 11 and a half sacks and 154 career tackles. So, I guess that's something, we're picking up a guy that could, maybe fill in the hole that Matty BK is leaving, even slightly. We just need a guy there. At this point, he's just a body. But again, a body is better than nothing. And 11 and a half career sacks and 154 career tackles. Okay, I mean, it's not horrible. But we've seen career resurgences with the Ravens before. Jadeveon Clowney had a career resurgence when he was on the Ravens. Mind you, that was under Mike McDonald. Kyle Van Noy had a career resurgence with the Ravens. Just to name a few, but so I'm hoping that we get some good out of it. That's what I want. Like, something like he's able to apply pressure, or at least apply some pressure, especially to Mahomes on Sunday, because as you guys know, I don't like the Chiefs at all. I don't. And this isn't like the Patriots of old, where, they had a dynasty going where they won every other Super Bowl. No, this is blatantly obvious that the Chiefs have had favor in the past, because the NFL capitalized on assets that the Chiefs had. But that's nothing against Taylor Swift, obviously pop star, global pop star phenomenon. Nothing against her. I'm just saying that the NFL. I'm a conspiracy theorist. The NFL saw this and capitalized on it. But anyway, also the Ravens have added, Josh Tapua, who was with them for parts of last season, to their practice squad as well. Just another body there in case anything does happen for Sunday. We just need bodies up front on the interior defensive line in case Travis Jones doesn't play. Brock Washington doesn't play, but we just need guys up front and in the trenches to at least apply some form of pressure. These guys aren't as talented as Jones or Matabike, but applying some pressure is better than dropping back in coverage. But anyway, moving on. So Andy Reid praises, or he said, and quote, and this is a weird, I have a hot take for this because he said that Orr is one of the good ones. What he's done on the defense is phenomenal. He's one of the better defensive coordinators in the league. I have a hot take on this because, for one thing, the last 3 games have been awful for Zach. Plain and simple. I think while Andy Reid probably did, in his words, probably meant what he said, that Zach Orr, he was defending the criticism and actually giving him praise, because Zach Orr is still young. He's a young defensive coordinator. But I also believe when you're going up against that defense on Sunday, he's going to be like, I think he's one of the better ones for us because we're going to have a field day with him. We're just going to mop the floor with him. That's my hot take. But again, I could be totally wrong. That Reid actually meant that this is good for us, good for the Chiefs on Sunday, because we can capitalize on this, on the struggles that Zach Orr's defense has had, and we're going to win the game. But he probably didn't mean it that way, but I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I'm just saying. Comment down below what you think on the comments. But some good news for us fans this week. So Harbaugh did also say that Isaiah Likely is aiming to play on Sunday. So finally we get Isaiah Likely back for the Chiefs game. Called it, by the way. So I want to see Isaiah Likely get his get-back touchdown. The one that he had against the Chiefs where he just missed it by a literal toenail and it was called back. I want him to get that touchdown back so bad. I want him to get that in that Chiefs game, get that touchdown. This allows the Ravens to utilize their full tight end core too. So Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely will probably start, switching back and forth in between the tight end 1 position. So again, I really am excited for Isaiah Likely to come back, and couldn't come back at a better time for this offense, man. Isaiah Likely, praying that you get your touchdown back on Sunday in Arrowhead of all places. Thank you for tuning in to Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. Again, subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'll catch you all later.